Welcome to a journey beyond the surface of daily life. Have you ever stopped to consider how much influence your smallest choices hold? At first glance, brushing your teeth, choosing tea instead of coffee, or pausing to take one mindful breath before your day begins seems so minor that it couldn't possibly affect the grand design of your future. And yet, some people take the same types of small actions and watch their entire lives transform. What's the difference? The truth is, reality responds not to intensity, but to frequency. Each choice you make is like striking a tuning fork. The vibration travels outward, invisible yet powerful, shaping the rhythm of what you encounter later. These ripples rarely announce themselves in the moment, but as they accumulate, they become the hidden architecture of your life. Every morning you wake up on the edge of a new timeline. It might not feel that way. You probably rise from the same bed, in the same room, wearing the same clothes, but the way you begin your morning is far more significant than it appears. If your first act is to grab your phone, scroll through news, or check messages, your energy becomes fragmented before you've even taken a conscious breath. That choice strengthens one pathway. But if, instead, you take a moment to feel gratitude, to set an intention, or simply drink a glass of water with awareness, you step onto an entirely different track. The field around you listens not to what you think you deserve, but to the signal you actually broadcast. Consider how water shapes stone. It doesn't happen in a day, a week, or even a year, but over time, the softest stream carves through the hardest rock. The same is true for your actions. Transformation doesn't come in explosions of effort that fade quickly. It arrives through the accumulation of small, aligned movements repeated day after day. Every choice you make is also an energetic agreement. You may not think of it that way, but the movies you watch, the conversations you join, the food you eat, and the posture you carry all send messages into the quantum field. Each is a declaration. This is who I am. This is what I value. This is the signal I stand behind. Even the things you consume passively, background noise, negative talk, careless scrolling, are agreements that shape your frequency. And here's where the real power lies. Once you begin to notice the agreements you're unconsciously making, you reclaim the ability to shift them. A person who chooses to write one page each day may feel like nothing is happening for weeks or months, but eventually they look back and see an entire book where once there was nothing. Another who chooses to pause before speaking, replacing gossip with mindful silence, soon notices their relationships evolving into deeper trust and authenticity. Small acts that seemed invisible at first suddenly stand revealed as turning points. Each of us has what could be called a quantum trigger, a simple practice that acts as a switch, aligning our energy and amplifying our influence on reality. For some, it's meditation, where stillness tunes them to clarity. For others, it's movement, walking, dancing, or yoga that grounds them into their body's intelligence. For others still, it's creative expression, painting, writing, music. When you find your own quantum trigger, it no longer requires massive effort to create change. You move with the field, not against it. It's important to remember that your energy is always broadcasting. Even in silence, even when you feel still, you are sending a signal. The universe is listening not just to your words, but to your state of being. Are you broadcasting clarity, gratitude, and coherence? Or are you sending out waves of fear, contradiction, and doubt? The field doesn't judge, it simply reflects. If you've tried in the past and felt like you failed, know this: there are no wasted attempts. Every effort left an imprint. Every small step sent ripples forward, even if you didn't see the immediate outcome. Seeds planted in the soil do not sprout overnight. But just because you cannot see them growing beneath the surface doesn't mean growth is not happening. Patience is part of the rhythm of transformation. Now imagine your future self, the version of you who has already stepped into alignment, calling you forward. This self is not asking for dramatic sacrifices or sudden reinventions. Instead, It whispers encouragement to take consistent, aligned steps, to act as if you are already living the life you envision. Each time you choose in resonance with that vision, you collapse the gap between who you are now and who you are becoming. So, who creates the ripples? It is you. With every thought, every action, every choice, you are broadcasting your reality. You are not a passive participant in a random universe. You are the broadcaster, the signal, the creator shaping the field with your frequency. The more consistent your signal, the more clearly your reality organizes around it. Your life does not change through force, it changes through resonance. Begin small, stay steady, and allow the compounding power of consistent alignment to reveal its magic. If this message resonates with you, share your reflections below. Like this video to help amplify the ripple outward, and subscribe for more explorations into consciousness and quantum living.